How about now? Okay, thank you. All right. So, what we're going to do today, hello, and welcome everybody. What we're going to do tonight, or what I'm going to do tonight, is I'm going to embellish. Hang on. I'm going to embellish the Autumn Enchantment folio that I built on Wednesday. All right, great. Thank you, Ezra. And so this is what we did, or what I did on Wednesday. I didn't do a lot of embellishing, but this time I'm going to bring out all of my favorites, like ribbon and extra paper to make like maybe an extra item. Actually, I am going to make an extra item that's not really included in this kit, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, and I saw a really cute thing that I would like to do. So let me first head over to my Patreon and give a shout out to my patrons right now. And let's see, let me make sure that I'm shouting out the active patrons. I've been shouting out every patron, which is kind of dingy, I guess. But I want to thank my Dragonfly tier, Darla White, Michelle Caldwell, Holly Spink, Mary Reynolds, Jane Dunlap, April Harrell, and Dawn Graham, and Wendy Hicks Fulton. My Butterfly tier, Ellen Davis, Marla Kimmel, Jenna Lynn, Debbie Rask, Lee Brown. Oh, sorry, that was it. Those 4 were butterflies. And now I'm going to go on to the wildflowers. And that's Lee Brown, Polly, Sasha, Rhonda Howe, MK, Linda Powell, Marie Nelson, Nikki Proctor, Hippie Bee Kimmy, Janice Crane, and Susan Inack. Thank you all so much for supporting me and our business. And I had another thing to say, and now I've forgotten what it was. Oh, and allowing me to do the things that I love to do. Okay, I just love doing this stuff. Hey, Carrie. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so we're going to be embellishing the stuff in here and adding a few extra things. And if you want to watch the video where I created this folio, not created, but built this folio, you can watch the Wednesday one. And it would be under, I guess that would be under live streams or past live streams, I think. So these are the things I am going to be bringing out. These are a few of my really favorite things that I like to use. Plus I've got some papers that I made along with this when I was creating the collection, before I decided not to do the big collections for a bit. But anyway, these are some papers that I made to go along with it, and so that's what I'm going to be using. Oh, thanks, Ezra. Thank you for doing that. I am going to make a thing that I saw that was really super cute, and I cannot remember, I almost never can remember who I watched doing this. But if I find that video again, I'll post it in the comments. Not the comments, sorry, because I don't think it lets you do that. I'll post it How about now? I don't know what just happened. I think I might have bumped the mouse and it clicked off the mic. So we're back in business, I think. Let me know if we are. If I don't hear from you guys, then I will have to figure something else out really quick, but I think we're okay. Oh, yay, yay, yay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I could embellish, and I probably will embellish some of these things, but because we make our folios, you know, we make them pretty accommodating to a lot of things. They're not flat. They have a lot of spines, actually, you know, so that things can fit in here. Even still, though, sometimes it gets too full, you know, and the closure that I used this time on Wednesday, was a magnetic closure. I believe it was a 1mm by 12mm magnet, and it works really well. And so, as far as adding a bunch of ribbon on the inside, I kind of want to avoid doing that. But there's ways that we can, you know, things that we can do with some of these bookmark type items and stuff like that. But today, I want to make this thing. And it's going to be like an accordion fold, and I'm going to make it the size that will fit right into this pocket here. Okay, so it'll basically be this size. I'll use this as a sort of template. Okay, so let's see, which ones do I think are prettiest. I think this one's cool. I'm going to go ahead and use this side. Make a couple marks here. Got to get my trusty Ticonderoga pencil. These are the only pencils I really will buy. Sometimes I'll use others, but not very often. Oops. And so this is one I made with Pink Monarch prints in mind. It's not like, I don't think like any of hers, but she has a lot of designs with little like little tiny designs and stuff, like uniform designs like this, and I really love them so much, so I wanted to make some of my own. And so I'm gonna make this a little straighter. Alright, so there's that, and now I'm going to go ahead and use this as a template. Let's see, I kind of like this side. I mean, they're double-sided, so it really doesn't matter, but I do kind of like to choose my favorite side, I guess. And because I'm not using a paper trimmer, these are probably going to be a little teeny bit not the same size, but I don't really ever care about stuff like that. Of my stuff, Carrie? And if so, thank you for favoriting those. I really appreciate that. All right. So I really like to print double-sided, and actually on Wednesday I was noticing that when I printed them the regular way that I do, I was getting, let's see, I was getting this part on this side, and then when I would turn it over, oh, I think this is actually, oh no, this is right. It would look exactly the same on the other side if I turned it over this way. So all I did was have it flip on the longer edge so that I could get it to go and line up correctly. So if anybody has this set and was wondering about that. So there was this cool thing that this person did that I really, really liked. Okay. Oh yeah, Pink Monarch prints. I know, I have a bunch of her stuff saved too. So cute. She has very inspiring designs. All right. So I've got these 4 pieces of paper. They're cardstock. And so what I want to do is hook them together, but I wanted to hook them together with something that looks kind of like large tabs. You know, when you have tabs that kind of so you know when you have a tab on a page, right, and it half of it sticks here, half of it sticks there, and then some of it sticks out. It's kind of like that. So pretty sure I probably didn't explain that very clearly, but you'll see what I mean. Right. Actually, let me cut this down a little bit. All right, is anybody else having sound issues? I moved a little bit closer. Okay, so basically these pieces are going to be about 1.5-ish by, let's see, let me look on this side. So these are just shy of 6, so I believe these are actually going to be the same size, just shy of 6. And so and I am going to round the corners. Yay! Hi, Carrie. So basically I'm making a tab, but it'll be like it looks like this, okay? And it's folded in half. Also, if I want to, I can create another thing where, you know, I cut right here. And I might do that, but first I'm going to try it on. And so what I want to do is kind of turn some of these over so that they look like that. And then I want to try these on and see what this is going to look like. So that's pretty cool right against these stripes. I just love that. Oh, how about if we go like that? Okay, how about if we switch the paper? All right, so yeah, I think I'm going to leave it that way instead of making that last cut. So it'll open up like that and like that. So, yes, I also do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go all the way up to the that little valley there, because I want this to maybe have about an 1/8 inch or so of space between. This thing is slipping around a lot. Between the actual page and the corner, or the score line. That's a better word for that. And so I am going to use this little tool to kind of pull some. Well, the buttons are all so small, right? Let me try to get some of this extra glue out of there. All right. And then we will go and do, let's see, this side. And I feel like I am forgetting something. Let's see. All right. Let me get my trusty distress ink out, but now I don't know where my little thing is, so I'll just use this. These are actually pretty cool. They're not probably as easy, but I do like these a lot. I actually have never used one of these for this. Oh, it ends up being a little messier. That's why I haven't used it. But hey, let's go with it. That's so funny. So I met Carrie today. I might have met you before that, but at DJ from Hither and Yon's live stream today, and I just love her live streams. I just forgot, for some reason I forget that things exist, you know. So, but I remembered her yesterday, and then for some reason YouTube suggested it to me, and I'm like, what? That's kind of weird, right? Like, we were joking about how it must have read my thoughts. She's really cool. I like DJ a lot. She's a very nice person. Did you say you're doing live streams too, Carrie? If you are, I would like to know about that. All right, so I don't know, that really kind of looks messy, so I think I'm just gonna do a little bit more of this. All right, and then this one. I have never seen any I've been in live streams that I have been a guest, you know. Most often when we're doing a retreat. And so Monique and I will do a stream together, but I generally don't kind of know how to do that on my own. She's like more techie savvy than I am about that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I don't know, I would just pick a time that's good for you. What, I don't know, that's kind of what I did. Actually, I was only live streaming once, which was Wednesday from 4 to 6 or something like that. And I'm trying, right now I'm trying to build up the hours, the watch hours for my channel, because I've kind of neglected this channel for kind of, you know, most of the time that I've had it. So I'm hoping to build it up some. Yeah, I think that Monique had me, I think, do it on Instagram, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. No, I think we've done YouTube lives like that. I think we have. So Ezra has suggested that I do a few more live streams, and you know what? I really like them. I really like doing it. It's very, you know, crafting is really calming for me. So, did you? Congratulations, Carrie. That's what I'm hoping to do, is get monetized as well, because most of my people are strictly YouTube and Facebook. I mean, I can coax them over to other places, but sometimes, you know, they just don't come over because it's difficult for them to learn a new thing. So, and I get it. I get it. I know, me too. Well, maybe we can do one together at some point whenever any of us figures it out. But yeah, I'm pretty much in here all day too. So that page was just slightly bigger, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down just a little bit. What is happening? Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna need to learn that, because when you guys were talking about like having each other on your live streams, I was like, that is such a cool idea. What a fun way to interact with community, you know. And so, you know, I really love the idea. All right, so this is looking pretty messy, but I'm going to put stuff on these pages, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But here's the thing about this project that I liked a lot was that, I mean, I could have cut, you know, and left them longer pages and just folded them, but I loved this idea of putting this, I don't even know what it's called, a spine, I guess, you know, on to connect the pages. I thought that was really cool. So I am trying it. And as you can see, I'm not really doing super exact measurements. Yeah, you know, I have TikTok and Instagram also, and I just have a real hard time keeping up with all of the different platforms. So I think generally my favorite one has been YouTube because it seems the easiest to use, and it seems like, you know, like I said, my people don't have to do a lot to get here, you know, and stuff. Hinge, thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I work, is I just eyeball things, and not when I'm creating a folio kit, you know, to sell, but just when I'm here doing my own thing. I often will do this. I feel like it's a good thing for people to see too, because, you know, if I'm winging it and it's coming out okay, you know, then other people can know that it'll be okay if they're winging it, or if they do. Yeah, I have like a bunch of like shorts, shorts, I guess. The software I use is Wondershare Filmora, and it calls them highlights, but basically it's the same thing. And I have a bunch of them, but for some reason I just have a really hard time figuring out, like, if I did enough with it, or if I need to do more, or whatever, you know, because everybody's a little bit different, and I'm not exactly corporate over here, so, you know. Right, yeah. I make a lot of mistakes. And I'm like, all right, just going with it, you know, because I guess that's part of the thing, is that I like people to be able to feel confident, you know, when they make mistakes, they can figure out how to fix them and all that. And see that it really isn't a big deal. All right, so these ones went a different direction, but I think it's okay. Not that way, I think it's this way. I agree. I used to do my live streams where I would just like hop on and just do whatever. It wasn't the best format, but I used to do a lot of off the cuff stuff, but somebody once told me that it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like, that's because I don't. And I thought, well, maybe people want to watch videos where I look like I know what I'm doing, so here we are. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far, and this one is a little big. I could see my line where I didn't cut off there, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do that now. Yeah, it wasn't nice. It wasn't, but that's okay, you know. Most of the time I have pretty thick skin, but, you know. All right, so I got one more. So basically it's looking like an accordion right now, which I think is really cool, and I think this will fit. I'm hoping this is going to fit just fine inside of there. because I did add like an extra bit. And if it doesn't fit, well, bonus guys, you just learned something. It doesn't fit, of course. Yeah, it would look so cool if it did, you guys, honestly. But you know, there's other things that I can do. I can probably attach it in to like right here, and put a hinge here, which I think would be just fine, because then it would open like this with a hinge, and it would open out a little bit more. Yeah, I don't really know if she meant to be disrespectful, but I just don't know that I would have worded it that way, you know, or even just, you know, even emailed a person about that, you know, because we're all at different levels and stuff, and everybody's trying to, you know, be part of the community when they're doing this. So it's kind of, I don't know, I'm of the opinion that there's room for everybody. I think DJ also is that way. And so yeah, so I don't think, well, wait a minute, let me think about that for a second, Carrie. Would it fit as a signature? Yes, yes it would. Yeah, I really like this community a lot, you know, very encouraging and kind, and, you know, I appreciate it a lot. So what I also like to do is use like old things. So right now I am, well, not right at this moment, but this whole year I've been cleaning out my parents' house when I could, to so that we could sell the house. My dad passed last year, and so I'm tasked with getting rid of all the stuff, and it's a lot. They had a lot of stuff. Now we have a lot of stuff. So anyhow, but I found a lot of really cool stuff. I think my mom and my grandma, and, you know, I don't know if it's all the women in my family, but we all kind of love paper. I don't know about Ezra. Hi, Darla. Yeah, it's okay. It was actually, I mean, obviously, you know, I didn't want him to pass or anything like that, but it turned out to be kind of a blessing of a time, because I got to spend it, you know, those last days with him, most of those days. And so you know, I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, I love paper. So I think that my mom was, you know, in that I love paper club also. And so so I got a whole bunch of cool papers, like, you know, some linen papers and some parchment and just different things, because she was an office person, you know, and so, you know, she had to write letters and all that, and use like fancy papers and things. But also she had a lot of, had a lot of like just regular paper pads from everywhere, right? And so I kept the ones, I got rid of a lot of them, but I kept the ones that were really like looked vintage, you know, like turned white paper turned brown. Yeah. Yes, I absolutely do. Yeah. I found some old newspapers too over there, and I don't know what the significance is, you know, so I'm not sure if it would go to our family or my stepdad's family. But there's a whole lot of really cool stuff. My mom did stuff like cut out I don't know why I'm doing that. Crossword puzzles from the newspaper. And let's see. So that will be this. Yeah. Yep. So she cut out a whole bunch of crossword puzzles, and I, of course, took them, and they are going to go into some of my books. And I really like making master boards, so maybe I'll make a master board out of all these different papers. And there's like tickets to, like, you know, the Last Kiss concert, and you know, just some things like that that my parents were a part of, just because it was, you know, going to be a memorable thing, you know, and all that stuff. I don't know how much they really liked Kiss, but they like to do a lot of stuff. And so there's just a lot of really fun things. Movies they went to see, they kept all of their stuff, right? I think I'm going to do it this way. They kept all of their ticket stubs from movies. So movies like back in, you know, the 80s and stuff. It's just really fun, you know, all the things that my mom has. And then, you know, finding a lot of things that, you know, she wrote down, like just her little shopping lists and stuff like that, things that my dad wrote. So, yeah. All right, so here we go. I have this. Yes, I can use this as a signature, and that would mean that I probably need to do a little bit of sewing. I'm going to do a 3-hole. Yeah, me too. 80s kid. I graduated in 1986. So, you know, everything 80s. I'm not really a big fan of 80s stuff necessarily, but except for like old, like 80s, 70s, late 70s, early 80s punk rock. So, in that respect, you know, I love the 80s. Okay, yeah, so you're just a couple years younger than me. I think that this will be enough. And what I'm using here is, I am using waxed thread that I got from Misfit Crafter. And they make these things over there, that these little bobbin things. They're super cute, and they sell actually waxed thread on them. All right, so let's see. Where do I want to sew this? I think I want to sew it here. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, I think there's a shadow that you can see right there. That's the spine. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark it about a 1/2 inch from the top and the bottom. And then I am going to also mark that here. So let's see. Now I kind of did a number on myself right here where I don't now know where. I should have maybe made these a little bit further down. Okay, so there's that hole. Let's do the middle hole. And then let's do, I think the bottom. I think I might have needed to make it a little bit lower and higher from the top and the bottom because of that little this part right here. So anyhow, so yeah, I think I'm going to turn this over this way. I think that's what I had wanted to do. Wait a minute, that's not true. You guys, I can't even see where I made those holes now. How ridiculous, right? Let's see. I'm almost sure that, yeah, here they are. I can see them on this side. Okay, so let me just go through here. And this is a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I mean, I usually, if I sew at all, this is what I'm doing exclusively, but there are so many cool ways to bind a signature. I do probably have a black Sharpie, and I probably should have done that, but you know how it is. You know, you have to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it this way, and you know, and it's gonna work, and then it doesn't work, and but it did end up working. It did end up working okay. So yeah, most of the time, yeah, I use just the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. A lot of times I don't even sew the signatures in, just simply because, you know, I don't want to take the time. But the 3-hole pamphlet stitch is pretty good for, you know, for quickness. Okay. And that looks pretty good. Pretty straight, right? Love it. So now I am going to tie a knot. And then tie a knot. And maybe a teeny little bow if I can manage it. I've also got the fat finger problem. So I'm thinking, ooh, just barely. Hang on, let me see if I can do this. Yes, I did it. I did it. Okay, so there's that, and then it just folds up right in there like that, right? Very cool, huh? And my, oh, come on, magnet. I think it passed the magnet test. Right on. Thanks for that idea, Carrie. That was a great idea. It's just another way to get more stuff in here. So that was the thing that I saw today, and I thought it was so cool. So now I can put my hidden paper clip right there, and I think I'm going to just kind of go over this a little bit, because for some reason this white is looking really stark for me. Yes, thank you. And so I'm just going to tone it down just a little here. Don't really want to get too much ink on here, but I just want to get just enough. Then it makes it look cool like that. And I often will forget to ink stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and I did that today, of course. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do it now. And that looks pretty good. It could be better, but hey, it is okay. So I still don't have anything to put in here, which is kind of funny. And I don't really see where my, yes I do. All right, so this is where my signature. I think I'll probably just print another one, another set of these, and do that. So for embellishing, so this is something that we just made in, or that I made a little bit earlier for a Mega Make Monday. Yes, yes, this is my keyboard because I also, it's a gaming computer, so I play video games. So there is that. That's my other hobby. Okay, so let's set this aside for a minute. And I think, oh, wait a minute though. Wait, I don't want to set it aside yet. Because now I want to start adding some things because this looks super messy, especially on this white page. I don't like it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get some of this favorite ribbon that I got and just add it here to cover that up. And so, you know, it must be hot here right now because my glue keeps drying on the top. Let's do it this way so I can easily cut this off later. Yes, it does. That's always my go-to, you know. And I have ribbon like this that is like varying widths and stuff. So this is not the best scissors to cut that. So, you know, I can use it in a lot of different ways, and I don't mind covering it up just a little bit here, you know, and I think it looks really cool on the other side, you know, when it peeks out from behind the other side of the page. So that is something I really like, and I can also do that here, though I don't really, this page is really bothering me right here. I hate it. Okay. So I think I'll go ahead and just do this here also. It's probably a little more glue than I need, but we're going to be okay. All right. Hey, Joretta. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I'm just embellishing some things in, yeah, yes I can. That's a good idea. I also have like some larger prints of this, but I don't know. I like the idea of the coffee dyed paper, but you know what? I don't have any coffee dyed paper just like at hand right now, but this is what I do have. I have some cool like linen paper and some ledger paper. Thanks, Joretta, I appreciate that. I have this, but I don't think it's gonna match. You never know. And then I have like this drawing paper that my mom had. So maybe I'm going to use some of the drawing paper because it has already, you know, some vintagey looking stuff. on it. So let's see. Let's see how I want to do this. And then for the rest, I'm not going to ink it, but I'm going to just kind of give it the look that, I don't know, just to kind of bring a little bit of uniformity to it. This is not quite the same color, but I think it's okay. Yeah. So for now, I'm just going to put this like this and see what I... Ooh, wait a minute. I'm missing an opportunity here to layer that. Ooh, look at that. That is so cool. I love that, love that, love that. All right, so some of the stuff that I really like doing is I usually will put like ribbon in things, but it has to stick out the top, you know? And I think that that looks cool anyways, you know, so I'm not too concerned about it sticking out the top. So let's see. I don't know if this is going to be that does that, but I do just want to add a little something to this. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm super stoked. You guys made my day. Let's see. So this is supposed to be double-sided satin ribbon, but still I feel like one side still looks better than the other side. I always feel like ribbon just kind of spruces things up just a little. Doesn't do it a lot, but just a little. Right, so let's see. The thing about satin ribbon is that you kind of have to put fray check or something, you know, because it does like to fray. So I'm going to just go ahead and put a little bit on there like that. Alright. Okay. So there's that. Just a little bit of extra fun. And then I also have, oh, that's a great idea. A lighter. Yeah, maybe that wouldn't work. I'd probably light the whole thing on fire now, but yes, I will remember that. I think that is a really great idea. So, I have a bunch of like these little, I've been spending the last few days just tearing fabric. I brought a lot of my mom's clothes home, so I just kind of, I tore it all up in strips, but then there's also like seams and stuff. I won't. So, I did this with the seams, and I feel like, you know, I'm really, I really like upcycling a lot, you know, and reclaiming materials and things. And so I like to use that in, I don't think I like that one. I'm not sure how this is going to be. I think I'm going to wait on that. I like to use things, make something out of whatever, right? You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, you know what I'll do instead? I just want to bring a little bit of color to it, but I don't want to make it crazy looking. So what I will do is this. These scissors, I don't know why I keep picking these scissors up. They're good for paper, but not for ribbon or anything like that. All right, so I'm just going to put a little one of these. Okay, come on, stand up now. Hello, DJ. Thank you for coming. We are, or I am, I don't know what you guys are doing. Hopefully you're doing some crafting, but I am, oh, thank you so much. This is one of the folio kits we have in our shop. And so on Wednesday I actually made the all of the embellishments and the cover and everything, and today I made this, and with DJ's encouragement I went ahead and sewed it right in right here, and now I'm just going to start. I think this one needs to actually go into a 3D pocket. I just want to put things that aren't super thick into here so that it can have a little more personality. So let's see. Oh, here, this is where I can use something like this, right? I don't want it to be all that thick, but I think this is really cute. And now I'm wondering, should I staple it or should I just glue it? Maybe I'll just glue it. And then I will clip it with one of my trusty Dollar Tree clips. And so I always want to add something, you know, upcycled to these designs because I like that so much. But, you know, also, you know, we design paper stuff to print out and everything, and so that's not the upcycling part, right? But it's all good, you know, it's fine. It's okay to put those things together. Let's see, what do I want to do with this little thing? I'm not sure what to do with this. Yeah, I could probably make it into a hidden or altered paper clip, maybe. Let's see. We're all having a little trouble with autocorrect. Oh, look at this, you guys. I just made this yesterday. I actually think this would go perfectly in here. Oh, wow. What were you using dryer sheets for? I need all the ideas. So I can glue it down here. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just leave it in there, because this is a flat pocket that I did not ink yet. I don't know why I didn't ink these, you guys. But anyway, there we go. Just put that guy in there. Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see if the magnet will still catch, because that is quite bulky. Oh, I think we're going to have some trouble. I think you're right about that. Let's see. Ah, that's such a bummer. Okay, something smaller. All this is something I saw somebody doing, you know, in my watching. Of course I got glue all over it, but it's just like a little cover. I thought it was really cool. Actually, what she did was she made it like this tall, and so I started to do that, but then I realized that I didn't have one over here, so I made it like this, and I think it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. This bow is probably just, hey, you know what? What if, no, it's the truth. Always thinking on the fly. That's pretty much how I do stuff. It's not good for me, not always. It works out when I'm doing this, but when I'm doing other things, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this. I think. Come on. And so I'm hoping that if I make this a little bit thinner and I tie the bow, it will actually be a little less bulky. I mean, this is just something I'm thinking about. You can wrap it top to bottom and tie. I already glued the tie on, or else I would definitely do that, because I think that's a great idea. All right, so I think we're going to be able to make this a little bit smaller, and in time, you know, it'll fray the right way, but look at that. I think I can cut this off here. And it looks much flatter. Now let's see if it works. Actually, let me put this one over here, maybe. I don't know if it will make a difference. This is just me probably wishfully thinking. But let's see. Ah, no, I don't like that. So anyway, I love you, but I cannot use you. So there we go. But I can make another similar to that. I have plenty of paper, like double-sided paper here. I don't know that I used it all. Let's see. Look at this tablet, you guys. It's just like a regular one of those Mead tablets. But oh my gosh, it's like perfect for this. All right, let me find another piece of cardstock that I like. All right, let's go with this one. I like this one. Yep. Bummer. Bummer that I'll have to make another one. You know what's funny is when I first started doing this, I wasn't spending a whole lot of time, you know, actually doing much more than designing and stuff like that, because I just felt like I just didn't have the time or something. And now I feel like I don't have the time not to craft and not to learn more and stuff. Because, let's see, okay, so that's that. So let's do this again here. Because it's so good for my mental health, believe it or not, I had somewhat of a rough day, you know, but crafting just really perks me up. So let's see, that looks pretty good. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and we can just do this. That's a quick way to do that. Not as easy. Oh wait, maybe I can here on this side. And then I think I'll have to cut this one off because I really just don't think that's gonna work out very well. So this one I just did 3 panels. I forgot to do this part. I think I just cut that part off, didn't I? But anyways, yeah, you know, when I was younger, I don't know, you guys, you know, a lot of kids in the 80s, myself included, or in the 70s and 80s were latchkey kids, you know? So sorry, Joretta. I get you 100%. But yeah, as latchkey kids, you know, I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, come home from school and do my homework and all that stuff. Oops. And I didn't really have, I was a little bit aimless when I was young. I don't know about y'all, but I was. And hey, how about this? How about we do this? And that will give the illusion. Oh, just me telling stories about being a latchkey kid. Actually, I haven't even really told a story. I've been half talking, half storying. But yeah, I was pretty aimless, you know, as a kid. So when I discovered crafting, it blew my mind, because a lot of times, you know, as a kid that just basically kind of raised myself, you know, I had a real hard time finishing things, and come to find out too that I have that issue still. And so it's kind of tough. But when I started crafting, I found out I felt what it was like for the first time to actually finish something and be proud of it. And so that's why I keep doing it. This is super cute, right? Yeah, I do hope it gets better for you, Joretta. I truly understand where you're coming from. Okay, So we can now pull out one of these, and I think I will go ahead and cut it in half, or just cut a little piece off of it. Thank you. And now I'll have to do something for the inside, but I just really want to see what this looks like. Yeah, thank you. It's much, goodness, it's much less thick than the other. Okay, let's see. My bows always look upside down. Why? What have I got here? Okay. I didn't glue the back, so it's kind of sliding around, but it's very cute. I really, really like it. Oh, top to bottom. Okay, let me see. You caught me right at the right time, having not glued this down. So you mean with like the... Oh, there is. Okay. Do tell. Okay. I don't know. I don't know that trick either. No, I made the other one because the other one was... I made one because the other one was just way too thick and I really wanted it. But but Carrie did mention doing it this way. And I think it was a good idea. So what do you guys think? I should ink the edges a little bit, huh? Should make it look a little... Yep, it is. It's under. It's looking pretty good. Okay, take the left side, make sure it's under. Oh, I see what you're saying. Then make a loop with the right side. Okay. Then take the left side and go around the back to make it. You mean you don't just do rabbit ears? Come on. I'm kidding. So let's see if it closes now. Honestly, you guys, every single time, I always want to put more than, than it probably wants inside of it. I mean, I give myself, okay, it's doing it. The test. Not the bunny ears? Okay. I'll have to try it the way you said. So, it's working. Fantastic. I had to press it a little bit, but that is okay. All right, so I think what I might want to do, I still need something for this pocket. What in the world? What are we going to do with that? Oh, I know. But maybe this might not be it. You guys can tell me. Let's see. Ooh, I should rewrite that though. Let's see, maybe that one can go in there. That might be the only one that looks like it would fit as far as color goes. What are these? Oh, these are just little thingies. I think I'll take that one out. Let's see what else I got. Okay, I got some more of those, but nah. Oh, what is this? Aha. Oh, well, thank you. I'm really not very organized. You can ask Ezra about that. Ezra's kind though, so maybe he wouldn't say, you know. But I struggle with it, you know. I have lots and lots of different ways to be organized, and I still find it really hard to do that. But we're working on it. All right, so what I want to do here first, though, is I want to erase that and write owl in pen. Does it need to say owl? I don't know. I wish I had one of DJ's I wish I had one of DJ's little ravens, but I don't. Alas, I do not. Let's see. Yep, baseball sleeve pockets, baseball cards. I know, I don't know. It's hard. Okay, so what should I say? Oh, I know. How about whoo? How do you spell who? It's not W-H-O, I know that. Is it W-H-O-O or just H-O-O? How does an owl spell that? How about now? Goodness. Okay, so we're back in business. I really must do something about the proximity of... Was that you yelling, Carrie? That is so funny. So that I could hear. Yay. Yeah, sorry guys. I really must do something about the proximity of my mouse, I think, because things keep like setting on my mouse. And so, let's see. There's got to be one other thing I can make that can be tall here. Yes. Okay, Ezra, that's fine. One other tall thing. What can that be? I have just enough time to make one more tall thing. And I have some double-sided paper here. What shall I do? I don't know. There are plenty of possibilities. A tall tag, that sounds good. Hang on one second. Ezra always tells me to turn my ringer off, and I always do forget. What about... I kind of have an idea, but let me find what I want here. Okay. So, we are going to cut about here and about here. We're going on an adventure together right now. All right, so I think I'm going to bring this over a little bit here, and then I will draw on the back what I want to do. Oh, nothing like cutting it to correct it and then making another mistake. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to make a tag. All right, let me cut this first so I don't make that mistake of leaving that on. Okay, so I want to make a tag. I want to make it long, pretty tall. I'm going to measure it better in a minute, but yeah, let it go all the way down. Why not? But then I'm going to add, oh, wait a minute. No. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So. Yeah. Oh my God. DJ, you're funny. All right. Let's see what I got here. Drew it a little bit wonky, but I think we're going to be okay still. Let's see. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, it looks kind of weird right here. I think I just need to make one more little cut right here. Maybe. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Hello. Ezra, welcome back. Okay. So, I'm going to use this right here. And here. Let's see. And here. So let me see. So, okay. All right, and I need one here, too. Okay, so do I want, oh, look at how wonky that is, guys. Oh no, but it's okay. It's all right. We can straighten things out here. Let me line it up with the lines. That's what's cool about working with lined paper, right? It's helpful. So I can do it this way and then just do some other design, or I can do it this way and then put something on. Oh, I guess I didn't need that after all. And put something on the pocket. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that is going to be the plan. So let's glue these down. This isn't going to be perfect, guys, but it is going to be pretty good. All right, let me make sure that we're still doing okay. All right. Okay, so let me press my glue down, get it to do what it's supposed to do. Ooh, I just got a big glob of glue out of there. Okay, so we're going to pretend the back doesn't look like that. So the front, I believe I will want to put this here. On an adventure. On an adventure. All right. So actually, rather than having a straight edge there, I could, let's see, do something like this. Okay, let's do this one, just for fun. I don't know if it'll show up very well. Yeah, it doesn't show up very well. Okay, plan B. No problem. I do have a plan B. But I'm going to glue this on first. Yeah, I mean, you don't need the wings, really. Sometimes I make them, and sometimes I don't. This time I felt like it being fancy. All right, so we've got that now. And we can do something like this, or maybe just this. That's cute. Yeah. I don't know. Let me just try another one on really quick. Or I can make it like this. What shall I do? I think the thin one. Yeah, that's a great idea. Excellent idea. Yeah, and if you didn't, yeah, for sure. That's a cool idea. I actually just learned gussets. I mean, I knew how to do gussets like when I'm making a purse, you know, I know that. But I learned about gussets just a few weeks ago. Well, maybe it was like last month or something. All right. Okay, so I rarely poke holes here. What I usually like to do, you are being noisy. What I usually like to do is take something maybe like this and just staple it on, because it's part lazy and it's part cute. Yeah, I think you are correct about that, Carrie. So, Tim Holtz stapler to the rescue. Okay, and then I usually like to do something like this. Yeah, it is faster just to staple it on. And I don't really mind what the staples look like. It doesn't bother me. But if it bothers somebody, you know, you can always just cover up with something here. Like, let's see, one of these. But I kind of like it without. It's cute, but it's just going to add too much bulk to it. So let me find something to put inside of it, and maybe it's you. Okay, what do you guys think? I think I've pretty much done everything, except I didn't do this inside part, and I will at some point and put something inside of here, but I think it looks pretty good, and I think we have a decent chance, hopefully, that it might not be a decent chance, guys. Oh, I see what it is. It's this. I'll take that off. Okay, I think that's going to make it better. Thank you. Oh, come on. Sometimes you just kind of got to work it a little bit. I started using 2mm by 12 or 8 or whatever, and those really hold well, super well. Yeah, I would show you the difference. But anyway, super cute, really fun. Oh, I think I might want to do one more thing though. I do like this, but it's much different. It feels different than the other stuff. Hi, Be Kind. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So, and I wouldn't actually put it all the way up because of the, so I don't know. I really just like this kind of stuff, but I'm not sure that that's gonna look so good if I cut it off right there. So forget it. Forget it. I'm having a hard enough time. So that was fun. Let's see what else I might be able to do here. Oh, do you guys want to see something really super cute? I love this. Maybe I'll figure out how to close it. But let me bring you a little closer. Focus in a little. Thank you. I could do that. I could definitely do that. So this was one of my hobbies in junk journaling is to take like boxes like you know, like these, or boxes that are tiny. I think this one might have been like an earbuds box or something, and make covers out of them. And this one is like pretty stiff, so it must have been like a stiff sort of cardboard. But I just made a little teeny little book, and I haven't finished it, but isn't it adorable? Oh, I'm so glad that you're here then, Be Kind, because we have a lot of talented people right here. So anyways, this was a charm. So this was like just a, I don't know, something that you would put, Ezra knows what it's called, and I don't really know that lingo, but it's, you would glue like a stone in it or something. Pendant maybe? I don't know. And then I just put a little piece of paper in here. And right here was a little loop, because this was a charm for a necklace. And so I cut that off and then just glued that guy in. Very festive, right? I should have put different paper in it, but I just wanted to make it. So I need a closure for it though. So, oh, cabochon, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yeah, what is your wreath channel? Is it people can't share links in there? Unless they are the moderator. Oh yes, very good. Yeah, I have a few on my channel that I did. Okay, I think this is going to be this. I hadn't thought about a Jello box, but that sounds really fun. All right, so yeah. I remember that was a thing. Yes. Aren't we all waiting for our mics? I know I am. This one is okay, but I always hit it with my hand. So, all right. So I've got this. Oops, which is cute enough. And I didn't do Carrie's bow, but I think it'll still be okay. Yeah, for sure. Do let us know. And I can put little beads or something on here if I want to. And I don't think I have any right here at the moment, so let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I have a million things that I might be able to put on there. Let's see. Guys, this isn't even the half of it. Ooh, oh, that's a snowflake. That wouldn't work. I think so too. Don't they remind you of of Jack Skellington? Oh, look what I found! Look what I found! Hold on. A pumpkin. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do with it, but I think I might need a bead as well. And I don't know what this is. In school, we would have called this a steely, only it's not big enough. Like when we played marbles when I was like in grade school. Okay, so I need one thing that I can, ooh, how about this? I don't know. I don't know. I know that there's more stuff in here that would work. I'm thinking specifically of this one little charm that I have. Actually, I bought a whole bunch of broken jewelry, and in here I got, I don't know if it's in here or somewhere else, but I got like 10,000 little metal Ouija boards, and I just have never known what to use it for. So now that I need one, I cannot find it. That's lame. Is that a bead? Yeah, I could just use this. It's fine. Don't do it. I know. Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about something else. I thought you guys were talking about don't put the Ouija board on here. Okay, let's see. Probably need a smaller. Yeah, maybe this will work. I do think I need the round ones, but oh, let me just dive back in. Hold on a second. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So this is what I'm going to do. This is an earring, and so I believe what I'm going to do is fold it this way. Take the, I just took the, hang on, let me refocus here. I just took the post and just put it backward. And so I'm going to put this, I think this, let's see. Gotta get me a lighter over here. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure I'm gonna get this string in here. It would be a miracle. All right, we're just not going there. Let's see if it works. If it works, I'm gonna be so happy. I will be so happy. I'll be floating on cloud 9. Ha ha ha. Okay. Do I? You know what I do have? This is funny. I actually have this. So, there you go. All right, let me bring that down here a little bit. Hopefully it will hang well, and it does not. Isn't that sad? What do I need to do? Maybe like that? I mean, I guess that's decent enough. Just has that weird piece sticking out right there, and I'm not sure what to do with that. So, anyway, cute though. I know, I just never broken them out to do anything with them, but I have a lot of seed beads, and I thought it would be fun to, you know, to like use seed beads to maybe put on when I sew the pamphlet stitch, just to put a little bit of beads on these. And you know, I got ideas and stuff, but you know, doesn't mean the ideas come to pass. So anyway, that's what I've got today, guys. Should I do something else? I don't know. What else have I got to do? I don't know. Yeah, super fun ideas. I know. I like to watch you guys, because then you guys, you know, give me some cool ideas. Everybody in the community, and then I can bring them over here and put my own spin on it, and it's just a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Let's see. What can I show you guys? Do you guys want to see some of the stuff that I think some of you guys. Oh, no problem at all. Family first. So I'll just show these a little bit. Some of you guys, I know if Holly's still here, she's like, oh, those again? But I'm just kidding, Holly. But yeah, so I made a bunch of these button brads, and I'll just give you guys a couple of, yes it is. I'll give you guys a couple of ideas. If you haven't already done it this way, you can use let's see, this probably is about a 20 or an 18 gauge copper wire. You don't have to use copper, you can use whatever you want, and if you really want to and you don't have any wire, you can use paper clips or simply glue stuff to the top of your brads. Of course, there's that, but I like these ones. I made a whole bunch of them, and what's cool is that these will lay down just the same way that a brad will. So if you don't have a bunch of brads, you can just use wire, paper clips, or whatever. Yeah. So basically, you know, it's just threading it through. Let me show you. You know, but I'm going to show you anyway. Just in case anybody here has not seen this. So you get a length of wire. These aren't very good cutters. They're not as good as my jewelry ones. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got this idea probably from Natasha. And if not, I don't know who. I need to be writing people's names down if I'm going to give them credit. Give credit to nobody without that, right? Okay, so we've got that. So I just got a handful of buttons that I can play around with. Some will work, some won't. How about we do this one? We do a little Christmas button. So just pop that in there. If you want it to be a little flatter, it's okay to kind of do that if you can manage it. And then thread it through here. Now what's happening? Okay, there we go. User error. And so now I've got a cute, cute little button. I think I'm losing light, guys. Yeah, Natasha did. Yeah, I believe that's true. Somebody mentioned it for Mega Make Mondays, and I had to go and figure out what they were asking me for. So now I know. So then when you go to use it, let's see. I don't know that I've got one that matches anything, but when you go to use it, let's just say, oh, this. I got this cool silver one. I know, it's the truth. They're so, so cute. So if I want to, I can use one of these. Just this little metal one. I don't know. Somewhere. I don't want it to create bulk, but I guess I can't really have it both ways, right? Let's see. No, that's going to hinder it for sure. I know. I was making them for a while, and that was, I desperately want to use this in here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'll poke a hole in the center, I guess. Ow. Didn't need to do that. Goodness. And I'm gonna try to put these both through the same hole. And I think I could probably manage it. Same hole. This isn't really that spectacular, but oh, I think this is the one that I used a paper clip with. Man, that metal is hard. So then, there we go. That looks cute. I'm going to tuck it right into here. Oops, I think my thing is getting caught on that, but it looks very cute. So, I'm losing light, so I should probably go. Inkjet transfers. You know, I've seen videos about that, and it looks really intriguing, but I don't have one yet. I'm hoping, you know, maybe if I learn it well enough, I can come out and share that with you guys. I think I'm going to glue that on there. So anyways, thank you guys for coming. I so appreciate it, and you guys really lifted my spirits today. And that is it. If you guys want to get a copy of this, a PDF set of this, sorry, I'm losing words now. If you'd like to get the Autumn Enchantment folio, you can go to Junk Journal Boss. Is it Etsy? No, junkjournalboss.etsy.com, and it's over there. And use coupon code September 25, no spaces, to get 25% off of it. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate that. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.